Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a reading for the 97 line of Friends. So yes, let's see what the cards have to say about this. They posted a pic recently of them hanging out together, so it does remind me of when they hang out a couple of years ago. And yes, I remember I did a reading for them on my channel about their dynamic. But yes, it's been a while, so let's do an update. The cards that they got is the Moon, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Tower, the Strengths, and then from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, they got the card of Saturn in Sagittarius, Fulfillment. So honestly, if you pay attention, these are all major arcanas. These are all major arcanas. Um, Not a single one of them represents a minor arcana. So I think that honestly, what the cards are telling me here is the energy of the group, or probably the intention of the purpose of the group, and how they are vibing with each other at the moment, and not so much about what's going on with them. Like when it comes to, um, you know, a particular scenario, or someone's attitude, or someone's feelings, or someone, I don't know, circumstances or behavior. I think that this spread is a bit more abstract. It's a bit more like on the spiritual level, or maybe on the more like energetic level, more than, oh, they said this, they did this. No. um but yes, let's start. Definitely, since there's a lot of major arcanas, uh I know I put the, as a thumbnail, I put the picture of the three of them hanging out together. But since we're talking about the 97 line, we have to consider like all the members of the 97 line. So maybe in this instance that they had this reunion, maybe we cannot see the others, but in this spread, I'm going to be like talking about all of them. So definitely, from the cards that I get here, they went through a lot of darkness as a friendship, like in the sense of, um, it's not about them not being able to hang out like they used to. I think that there were some unconscious fears about being seen again, or being, I don't know why. I feel like these people always hangs out in the darkness. I don't know why. Like at nighttime, um, and that's something that you also have to take into consideration. I think that, um, they usually go out at night, and and honestly, there are some people that in the group that have some, like, yes, they get along, but at the same time there's like some things that they do not say to each other, and I don't think that this is about them not talking about work, or talking about their next project, because they cannot reveal details. I think that there's something about them actually not wanting to go that deep, or actually probably not knowing how to go that deep. um I don't know why. I think that probably there's also I get this vibe of a lot of drinks involved, a lot of a bit of alcohol involved, that makes them feel relaxed, and it makes them feel a bit like dizzy, because the moon card reminds me a lot of the Pisces, is the Pisces um, atmosphere. Um, but also this, that since I am in this sort of very dizzy kind of a state, it seems like I'm there, but I'm not there. Um, Honestly, it's not the vibe of all of them. Probably some of them feel a bit more comfortable with each other, and they open up and they talk and they express themselves. But there are some that are just there. They're just like, for the either they share the food, they share the drinks, they are there for the atmosphere of the moment, but they keep to themselves, and honestly, there are some that are a bit afraid of being seen together, like they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't go, or maybe there could be some of them that do cancel at last minute. So I believe that there's not much stability in this group. Probably they function better, in a group chat, and they are more active in there. But when it comes to them, all of them having the same energy, to be like, okay, let's meet, and that's it. Let's see each other at this day, at this hour. I think that some of them are a bit on the procrastinating kind of, that they are like, oh yes, I will be there, and they don't show up. So, have take that into consideration. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot, definitely their their friendship is slowly moving. I think that they are like, they feel a bit more free, literally, to go out. Their circumstances are changing. There's something about the state in their relationship that is advancing. Um, and they are being brave about it. They are like, okay, like I want us to move on together. I want us to go out. I think that there's something about them. I don't know why it feels like, oh, we have to be brave and go out. But there's something about them breaking a cycle at the same time. I don't know if maybe some of these people really feel very claustrophobic in their lives in general. So maybe for you it's like, oh, but yes, they should go out, they can go out, they have the whole right, they are very young, they are very successful, they have to go out and have fun, and just, enjoy themselves. But I think that for them, honestly, for this group, it's not easy to do that. There's a huge weight, there's a huge, like, sense of responsibility every time they go out. I don't know why. And even, it seems like things get very shady when they are somewhere. Either it's the people that come with them, or it's the place that they choose to be at, or it's maybe the people that, even the people that work in that place, for example, the waiters, the staff, I don't know, the there's a lot of buzz around these members, around these artists, that it seems like they are very brave enough to be like, okay, let's go out, let's be on the public, let's go, and somehow everything becomes very shady and confusing, and people just go crazy for, like, oh, I have to take a picture, I have to cut them off guard, I have to let others know, I have to put it on the internet, there's so there's a bit of a resistance of them wanting to go out, literally. And I think that this is not just because of the pandemic and because of what happened when when they went out the last time, or that time that they got into this scandal. It's not about that. I think that it's their experience every day. These people are not left alone. Like, definitely, they are a magnet for this very, I don't know, something goes wrong and everything gets chaotic all of a sudden, but but here with the chariot, they are like, okay, I want to break free of this. I want us to move on with our lives. I want us to move on with our relationship. And I'm glad that I have you so we can do it together. It's like they reinforce each other. They're like, okay, let's do this. And even, it's a bit sad, even if you see it like this, because it's like, well, it's just a date at a restaurant. It's just a dinner. It's just a random situation, a typical situation for them to go out and have a drink and have something to eat. But for them, it's so, like, impossible to go out. I don't know. It seems like hell breaks loose every time they go out. I don't know. Um, because it's supposed to be something intimate, but all of a sudden there's a lot of people, like, getting involved, and also a lot of people commenting, a lot of comments. Oh, if it's free hanging out, oh, where are the others? Or if it's for going out, oh, why? What happened? Where is so and so? It's like the audience is never satisfied. You know, uh, there's always something wrong. Um, but yes, definitely, I think that these are people that honestly they are in a moment of their lives where they are breaking free of a lot um, of demands of others. They are breaking free of people telling them how to live their lives. It's not about them being rebellious, it's more about them literally, like, breaking relationships and breaking patterns and breaking, like, destroying how they used to function before. And it's like, okay, I am ready. I will take the consequences of the change of my behavior. But I cannot be the same person that I was 2 years ago. Like, I want to be different. And I think that all of them have this in common. They don't want to be Mr. Nice Guy anymore. They don't want to be the cute guy anymore. They don't want to be like the loving boy anymore. No, I want to be brave. And there's something about them sharing this sort of very chaotic experience of them probably, losing friendships, um, having arguments with significant others, even fighting with some members of their career, having differences. These people, the 97 liner or line, they have in common that they are in this very destructive, this tower moment. But they think that it's necessary for them to move on. They definitely are on their way to something bigger. So they are like, okay, if some things had to be destroyed, it better be now, because I'm not going to stop. The reality and what they have in common, these people, is that they are very ambitious and that they are embracing how ambitious they are. They are not hiding that they want to move on, that they want to keep making progress for themselves. They are thinking about themselves. They are focusing on themselves. And I think that this is something that they have in common, is that each one of them has this sort of protagonism in their career. So they have in common this, that they know what it's like to be, the chosen one, the favorite, the, I don't know, the most precious one or the popular one. They know, so they have this, they share this because they are like, I want to share my experience with you. I want to I know that you get me. You get what I'm going through. You get what I'm saying, because probably you feel the same. That somehow they feel the need to break with this image of like, oh, I'm the one in the group that does everything right. I'm the one that is perfect. I'm the one that is the most successful. I'm the one that gets all the ladies. I don't know. But there's a lot of opposition with what they represent in people's collective unconscious, and they are like, I want to break free of that. I want to be different. And honestly, they can also be going through a moment where they feel like they are losing their temper a bit more often, where they're feeling a bit irritated by some things in their career. They are feeling a bit passionate about certain things, or a bit more opinionated about things, and they feel a bit more like if they don't want to do something, they will speak up, and they will be like, okay, I don't want to do this, and probably causing a bit of chaos in the group, or in the group that they belong to. But they are like, okay, I have to do this because I have to embrace my real self. And somehow they are going through this, and talking about this and expressing this. It allows them to also calm themselves down a bit because they get each other. Um, I don't remember exactly the other members of the 97 line, but I'm thinking about the picture, the picture of the three of them having a meal together. I believe it's JK, it's 17 Mingyu, and it's Chawu, Astro Chawu, and I think that I don't know why I get this very passionate nature that the three of them have in common, that they are very passionate, and that they are very bold, and that they are very straightforward guys, even though they are very masculine. They have that in common, that they are very masculine. That it doesn't matter if the image or the way they behave looks sweet and innocent. They are very masculine guys. They are very like assertive, and they are very goal orientated, and they are very competitive, very competitive. But in this case, having this in common is what makes them being so great together, make a great friendship, because they know what it's like to be this competitive, and there's no one in the group being like, oh, you shouldn't be like this, no, they more like embrace each other's competitiveness, and it's like, okay, yes, I also feel like you, I am like you, so yes, you should be like this, you should be proud of being like this, they sort of support each other because they are very alike in that sense. And here, yes, with Saturn in Sagittarius, the car of fulfillment, this is also a subject of conversation that it's always among them and that is always present, and is fulfillments. They talk a lot about individual fulfillments. They talk about a lot about what is to be fulfilled, and they talk a lot about their need to keep being fulfilled, um, and also the pressures behind the fulfillment, the pressure behind the success, that not everything shines, and they can be very honest and straightforward about this. Probably these are people that they are going to do very well in life, these people. So they will always be like like I said, the chosen one, the favorite one, they have this sort of halo, around themselves that they will do very well. So they have this inner confidence, that they will do great, but they also have this strong pressure of always delivering the best, and not making a mistake once, and being the perfect and being the golden child. There's something about them also sharing the downside of people expecting them to fulfill certain roles, or certain hits or certain being perfect, and they are like, okay, yes, I know I can do it. I know I'm going to do great. But sometimes I feel the burden. I'm like, what if I mess up once? Or what if I make a mistake? Will people love me anyway? They have this thing with fulfillment or with success that is like, okay, yes, I know I can do it because I'm very passionate and I can do it. I can do this. But what happens when I don't longer produce this success or this fulfillment? What's going to happen to me? They have these very philosophical kind of questions, about, okay, yes, I know I'm loved. I know people support me. I know people follow me. But like, what happens after this fulfillment is gone? What's next, or what's behind all this? They're trying to connect a bit more with their authenticity, and also having the tower here is like somehow they are enjoying the chaos. Maybe in the past, these were people that were very afraid of making a mistake. They were very afraid of the exposure of being seen or being caught making a mistake. And now, since they are maturing a lot, they are like, you know what? I like the chaos. I like people going crazy about what I do and what I don't do. Let them think what they want of me. I actually enjoy this. I enjoy being this sort of like the bad guy. Like, and not, it's not to say that they are the bad guy, but, to be a sort of villain, to be like this sort of like, oh, you don't like the way I live my life? Oh, great. Because I don't like you either. There's something about them like being, embracing this part that really I disappointed you. Oh my, I feel so bad for you, but I'm not going to change. Like somehow like being a bit provocative. They are enjoying this disruption in their lives. They're enjoying it and they are like embracing it. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. I hope it made sense. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.